All right, welcome back. Today we're jumping into something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, vibe coding. Seriously, think about building software, not with thousands of lines of code, but just by talking. It's not some far-off future idea either. It's happening right now, and it's completely changing the game. So let's get into what this all means.
Just let that sink in for a moment. Imagine building an entire app just by describing what you want it to do. No more spending hours hunting for a missing semicolon, we've all been there. No more cryptic error messages at 2 a.m. You just describe your vision and an AI partner actually builds it. That's the huge promise behind vibe coding. It's going to totally change what it even means to be a creator.
Okay, so let's break it down. What exactly is vibe coding? Well, at its core, it's about shifting from concept to code with just a conversation. So this term, vibe coding, was really brought into the spotlight by Andrej Karpathy back in 2025. He painted this picture of a new way to program where you're not writing syntax, you're just communicating the vibe. You explain the goal, the feel, the whole point of what you're building all in natural language. And your AI partner, it just gets it. It takes your vibe and translates it into an entire application.
Yeah, the best way to think about it is like having a developer best friend. But this friend, they never sleep. They know literally every programming language ever invented, and they're ready to go 24/7. It frees you up to focus on the big picture, the what. You get to dream up the ideas, and the AI handles the nitty-gritty of how to build.
So, how does this magic actually happen? It's not like you just shout one command and poof, an app appears. Nope. The real power is in this simple, interactive loop. It's a creative back and forth. It all boils down to this three-step dance. First, you describe. You just say in plain English, hey, build me a simple to-do list app. Then, the AI gets to work and builds a version of that for you. But here's the key. The third step, you refine. You look at it and say, okay, cool, but can we add a dark mode? And boom, the AI updates the project. It's this constant refinement, this conversation that makes it so incredibly powerful.
And look, this isn't just some theory for the future. You can actually go and play with this stuff today. You've got tools like ChatGPT that can spit out amazing code from a simple prompt. There's Google Gemini, which pulls in search to help. And then you've more specialized stuff like the Cursor IDE or Replit Ghostwriter, which are built from the ground up for this kind of AI collaboration. These are the tools paving the way.
Okay, but with any massive shift like this, you've got two sides of the coin, right? There's the incredible promise, and then there's the peril. We've got to look at both the huge benefits and the very real risks. So on the one hand, the promise is just massive. We're talking about going from idea to prototype in hours, not weeks. It opens up app creation to people who've never written a line of code. But then you've got the flip side, the peril. What happens to core programming skills if we get too reliant on this? And maybe more importantly, can we trust the code? AI can write buggy, insecure code without a human there to catch it. That quality control, that human review, it becomes absolutely critical. Which brings us to the big question, right? What does this mean for the future of software developers? Is this the end of coding as a job? Well, the general feeling is no. It's not about being replaced. It's about evolving. We're entering a whole new chapter for coding. And this really sums it up. Vibe coding isn't going to replace developers, but it is absolutely going to change what they do. Your value isn't just about hammering out perfect syntax anymore. The real skill, the new superpower, is becoming an expert at guiding the AI, at shaping what it creates to fit your vision. Think about it this way. The focus is shifting. You're moving from being a bricklayer, someone focused on placing each individual brick of code perfectly, to being the architect of the entire building. Your job is to design the blueprint, to hold the grand vision, and to direct your AI partner on how to build it. It puts creativity and big picture thinking front and center. So it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? As these AI tools get better and better, will the next game-changing app, the next great idea, be built with just a vibe? It's pretty wild to think that the future could be built with nothing more than a good conversation. Thanks for tuning in.